Hello, my name is Okasa and I'm making my own little web of content. And today I will be reading along with my most recent Substack. Um, I forgot the title low key. Why Taurus will never go to the moon, allegedly. So I'm pretty much just gonna like read along. I'm gonna show you my Substack. I'm gonna show you my Substack. I'm gonna show you what's going on around it, and then I'm going to read my post, and then I'm gonna share some of the stuff. I have my drafts here because I had to cut some stuff because I really wanted there to be like a flow of ideas, but like everything is connected. So sometimes I want to go on tangents, but I can't go on tangents because I really just need to share this section of my knowledge. So I think it was what do I want to say? I think it was the grandma is the baby where I was just like I'm gonna share a slice of my thoughts because everything like I said my own little web of content because everything is connected to another idea and another idea and another idea and I often get overwhelmed. So this is my Substack. Wait, let me go to the tab. This is my Substack. It's called Rosie Rut. It is inspired by the Omegaverse. Okay, and I said I don't know if it's man or like the little quippy thing that I put is I don't know if it's mania because I've noticed that my most creative or my most not reactive, my most well reactive, but like my most productive that I am is when I'm like technically in mania and then I go through a depressive episode. So like if you see me uploading a video like every day, I'm probably in mania. Luckily for me, mania doesn't seem to have any negative effects. Pretty much mania is there just for me to like put out my ideas out. But like sometimes I do tire myself out, so then I have to go into reclusion again. It's like it's not the healthiest. I'm technically in therapy now though. So I guess I'll navigate how to like use this energy like the best, the healthiest. I think I'm using it pretty healthy. This is my profile picture on literally everything. It's Puka because I really feel a resonance to her. But yeah, I launched it a year ago. I was posting mostly old Substacks or like old Wattpad posts. So then I put it on Substack and you get to see one of them. And then here you can enter your email. My email is public. I just never check it. Oh yeah. Um, but I'm already subscribed. I just want to show you my email so that if you ever want to message me, maybe I might look at it. I might actually catch up on my emails. And then you press subscribe. But then if you're not interested in subscribing just yet, you can press this button, which is like I prefer light stalking because they let you edit it. And for me, it's just like, yeah, I just want to look around. I'm not really here to commit. So we're going to click that just because I'm already subscribed. And this is my Substack. It's pink. And excuse me. If you look right here, you can see that they're roses, but then also they're like small blush marks. I don't know if you can see that, but there's blush marks in the roses. Rosy red, Omegaverse. A red is like a heat. It's like really flush, really blushy. You know what I mean? So this is my most recent Substack. I literally posted it like an hour ago. Whoa, could you hear me this whole time? Was my laptop making noise? My apologies. I had it charging, so I already have like one person who's read it. You could think it's me. You could think it's me. Well, okay, yeah. So I want to also show you my other stuff. I have this one that's called Why Apologizing Feels Like a Humiliation Ritual or a reflection. Because I was reflecting on like a mistake I made a year ago and how it technically ruined my friendship and how I really do need to learn how to say sorry. I'm one of those people who never say sorry. I rarely say sorry. I hate saying sorry, but I do actually actively just try to be a good friend to begin with, so I just don't have to say sorry ever. Like it's one thing to just like be selfish. Okay, whatever. You can read this, but you can find out. And then I had this one called Everything is Romantic. It's inspired by the autumn season, even though this was pretty much the beginning of winter. But I was writing it the whole time. Writing takes a lot out of me, okay? But I'm gonna really try to make it like my thing. I'm gonna try to be consistent. I have my lip gloss here and I need my um because I get the little white stuff because I'm technically dehydrated. I was supposed to drink some this is raspberry tea before we begin, but it was too much. So I'm really bad at water intake. But yeah, everything is romantic is about Libra's connection to the Libra's connection to Lucifer motifs. And then I also brought it up recently because Zora Mondani is a Libra. So I was like, hey, like, you got some synastries in here about the fallen angel, like morality, like the discussion of morality. Zora Mondani, he's like smack dab in the middle of that conversation at the moment. And then I had one called DNF, Interview with a Vampire. And what if I said Louis is a PDF downloader? Because he is a very dangerous man. But this is the one we're going to be reading today. Why Taurus will never go to the moon. Allegedly. I'm hoping, I'm hoping that it all works out and I read because sometimes I feel like I'm dyslexic, but I wrote this and I sometimes I don't have an editor. I technically used what do you call I used Grammarly. I don't like Grammarly. It I don't like it, but I'm also really bad at catching my own mistakes. So I don't know. I might have to start commissioning help or something. What is this? Oh, okay, that's interesting. Discover more from Rosie Rutt. I don't know if it's Ain't Mania. They want you to subscribe. I want you to subscribe. Okay, but let's like get into it. So this is a pun, the Milky Way, because we're talking about Taurus, and Taurus is technically the astrological bull. I called it a cow because what's the difference between a cow and a bull? Nothing, right? So cows are connected to milk. So I was like, hey, the Milky Way. There's nothing more about that. I just wanted it to be like it catches your attention. Are you here because of the Milky Way? Hopefully that was one of the things. I like this. I also made this myself. It's well, I got all the images from Google, but yeah, I edited it. Okay, so let us begin. It makes sense that a Taurus has never been to the moon. The idea is that Taurus is a fixed Earth sign. People, no, I didn't read that right. My bad. The idea is that since Taurus is a fixed earth sign, people with a placement would be too earthbound, too homebound, too bedbound to entertain any form of travel, let alone space travel. However, the moon is exalted in Taurus, so potentially a more evolved Taurus would go to the moon. Okay. The moon is connected to the mother archetype. The satellite rules the sign Cancer, which is related to concepts of the home, the emotion, and even the breast. Breasts produce milk. The phrase milk and honey is about silver and gold, which are the alchemical metals of the moon and sun, respectively. Milk is essential fuel for early life and has all the main biomolecules, carbs, lipids, and proteins. This is why babies can live off of it alone. This reflects the sun's role as the source of all energy on our planet. It's everything in one. Because of their big mammary glands, cows are raised for their milk and are often depicted as Madonna and child. Taurus is the astrological cow. See, that's what I was talking about. It's technically the bull, but I'm going to call it a cow. The the moon's exaltation in Taurus is practically seamless in the collage of correspondence. Practically seamless in this collage of correspondences. Correspondences or correspondence? See, this is what I mean. Making Taurus an honorary mother placement. I've been studying alien motifs and their connection to Aquarius. And this is where I like took a huge chunk out of my work because I was like, do I actually have to explain this? No, but now I want to because this is my life. And if you wanted it to be concise, okay, whatever. But no, this is my life. So you don't have to be concise. I'm going on any tangent that I find myself in. Let me go find it though. This is number one. Oh yeah. I've been studying I've been studying aliens and their connection to Aquarius. Aquarius is connected to early civilizations, flood myths, human migrations, technological advancements. I'm reading my draft, one of my drafts. Technological advancements and angels. Okay. Aliens fit nicely with the concept because alien is a synonym for foreigner. Also, aliens are depicted as light years ahead of us in science. In fact, the studies done in space travel are often symbiotic with the studies in nuclear science, which tempts me to go on a tangent about how Aquarius is connected to the apocalypse, but that's another day. I technically have the notes. I might make the video. I'm about to go on vacation, so um, I actually might just deuces and live my life. I mean, I'm gonna have a notebook. I'm always thinking, but I might actually just ghost y'all, not because I'm depressive. Like, I might actually want to embrace mania about like living my life. We'll see what happens. I might post. I probably will post because I'm going on vacation on a new moon. A new moon, right? Wait, yeah, wait, when's the new moon? The new moon is on the 12th, and then we're going on vacation on the 8/8 portal. So like I'm really trying to embrace whatever's coming. I'm excited. I feel like new beginnings. Every day is a new beginning. Every day is a portal. But like this is gonna be special. So technically, I am manic again, or like I'm encroaching into mania because I'm posting again and stuff. You know what I mean? But instead of like it going into my creativity, maybe I'll go into like living life. I might go on live though. Not here. Probably TikTok. We'll see. I'm going on a cruise. I'm going on a cruise, so I'm trying to see. I need to get a VPN or what's Surf Shark is a VPN. I'm gonna need to get one of those just to keep my. I mean, I already have viruses on my phone. I pirate everything. Who said that? I didn't say that. Okay, let me finish. Wait, I'm talking a lot. Okay, we're clear. This lip gloss, I got one of the fancy smatchy ones, so it's like you better not make whites in my mouth, but I don't know the science of why it happens to me. You know what I mean? Where was I? Oh, oh, the apocalypse. Yeah, I have notes. I have a video technically planned. We'll see when it happens. And that's one of the tangents that I've decided not to go on because I want to make a whole fucking video. Oh, sorry. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And no, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then now we're back to where I was. Where was I? Oh, right here. I've studied aliens and their connections to Aquarius. An alien motif I wasn't able to link to Aquarius, however, was the iconic pop culture depiction of cows getting beamed up. Besides the fact that Taurus is squared with Aquarius, how do they relate? In fact, wouldn't Taurus get beamed up by Scorpio? They're polar opposites, but how is Scorpio an alien? And this is where I'm just gonna check. I think I'm technically talking to myself, but it's okay because I'm gonna make sure that people actually watch this. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. But just in case, I want to make sure that oh my goodness, what happened? If there are any comments, I will read it. Also, please comment. I really like actually hearing. Okay. I actually haven't read any of my comments on Instagram in a while because there are a lot, and I was technically leaving my manic episode, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go. Bye. But no, I really appreciate comment sections. So I really hope that you comment on what you think. But I also need to think of something else. I wanted to say something else. Oh, this is also something I discussed in my grandma as a baby. I think I'm back in my flop era again, which is really disheartening. It's almost like it's disheartening and discouraging. There's a part of me that's just like I sort of kind of just want to turn off this live, but actually this is my second live today because the first one I was like, eh, this is not working. But yeah, it can be discouraging, but you just have to push through, which are the same concepts that we're going to see even in this Substack. And hopefully you can hear me. Let me just this is my Substack. Wait, let me go to the tab. This is my Substack. You can hear me very well. Okay. Um. Oh, also update. Last time I used a mic, but I found out that it's only recording the left side. Like you can only hear it through the left side, and that was agitating me. So I just decided I don't actually need it because this one has a good mic. The laptop that I have has a good mic, I think. Well, I just heard it. It's working, and you can hear it in both ears, I'm pretty sure. So everything is working. I'm improving. I'm learning from my mistakes, all of that, evolving. What's the word I'm actually looking for? Renovating that, something like that. But yeah, I found myself stuck on these questions for a while, but it didn't trouble me. I often find myself in mental roadblocks when I'm analyzing symbols. I just live my life and hope the universe will have the answers cross my path. So I watched some video essays that caught my eye, made my little videos, and read articles and comments. My comment section is very helpful. Shout out to y'all. And thank you. Thank you. Like, I genuinely mean it. Like, I genuinely do love comments. The problem with me is that I do feel about a bit weird about like liking and interacting with comments just because I overthink all my social interactions. But if you comment, I most likely have seen it and I did really appreciate it. And I rarely go off on people. So like I really do actually want to hear even countering ideas. Okay. The I said rarely though. Oh, just Just so you understand, right? The answer finally found me while I was hanging out with my cousin. We were discussing content ideas, and I brought up the Aquarius Leo axis because I was getting ready to make my No Man is an Island video. Also, the red text are hyperlinks to videos. This is actually the inspiration for this video. If it shows up, hopefully it will. I will also. It might be too loud for me. I don't know if you can hear it. Okay, who cares? Sorry. TikTok is. These apps are annoying. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? That's inspiration for this video, which was posted back in March. I've been sitting on this okay, I saw this and I went, right? And then whenever I made No Man is an Island is when I think around this time is when I knew. Unless this is not March. When was this? The timelines might be off. I just want to see when this was made. 4 months ago. When was that? Just show me. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I saw that video around the time when it was uploaded. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's me. Hello. Yes, hello. Hi, my name is Wakasa. I don't know if I did my intro. Okay, yeah. Because I was getting ready to do my No Man is an Island video. I touched on the concepts of individuality, diversity, and how isolated populations evolved to be unique, yes, but also endogamic, which Google that if you want to know what that means. But then I tied these island themes to aliens and how I was stuck on the cow Taurus connection. He then mentioned Uranus, which is the modern astrological ruler of Aquarius, and how it's exalted in Scorpio, meaning it's in fall in Taurus. See how I found the axis that I was looking for, right? I guess this is where I will address how aliens and angel symbols overlap using the cherubim, a four-headed being mentioned in the Bible. It has one of a cow, one of a lion, one of an eagle, and one of a man. Each head matches the four fixed signs. Taurus is the cow, Leo is the lion, Scorpio is the eagle, and Aquarius is the man. I think for a lot of people know that Scorpio is connected to the scorpion and the snake. But I think a lot of people don't know that it has connections to dogs as well. Leo also has connections to dogs, but back to it. Right? Let's not go on that tangent. But also eagles. Like I think of the phoenix, how the phoenix literally burns out, it dies, and then it rises from the ashes. Which the fact that the phoenix is like fire, it also has like ideas. When I tell you like Leo and Scorpio, I had a friend slash mutual. I think we're friends. I think a lot of my mutuals are friends. So, okay. Like, she said something about, like, there seems to be, like, a connection that Leo and Scorpio have. Like, there's, in general, actually, we're going to get into it. Leo and Scorpio, they got some overlapping things where I'm just like, I'm seeing you. And I technically discussed it when I was talking about the Ouroboros in one of my other lives. One live, both of my lives. I have, like, 2 lives, I think. 3 lives. I don't know how many public lives I have. I've deleted. I've privated a lot, but I have lives that have talked about it. Where was I? I argue the reason Aquarius gets the most pinned with angelic motifs is because we tend to anthropomorphize angels. Also, Aquarius is the air sign, and angels have the wings to fly in the air, right? Anyways, any, okay. Anyways, signs of the same modality, cardinal, fixed, and mutable, are thought to be incompatible. Extra points for the fixed signs because they're all stubborn. Signs of the same modality have friction and tension because they are too alike. In a lot of ways, signs that oppose and square each other bicker the same way a parent and their child bicker because they're the same person in different fonts. Notice how 9 months from any sign lands you right in the same modality. I've done the math. So like if you get pregnant in Cancer season, you're gonna have a baby in Aquarius season. No, let me take that back. Aries. Sorry, the dyslexia. Cancer season, you'll have a baby. I'm finding it. Aries. If you get pregnant, Aries, then you have Capricorn. Capricorn, if you get pregnant, then you're having the baby in Libra. And Libra, if you get pregnant, you're having a Cancer. 9 months, 9 months, 9 months from each one. Right, right, right. And I use cardinal just because I'm a cardinal. I'm a Cancer. And my mom's a Libra. We don't have to touch on that topic. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Don't do that. Where was I? I'm finding it. Sorry. Oh, I like to imagine signs of the same modality on a math grid with an X and Y axis. Opposing signs are reflections of each other, but so do the squares on the y equals x line. Squares are the same number on different axes. Imagine O7 and 7O trying to see eye to eye. They can't because they're literally from different no, they can't because they literally have different perspectives. I'm always talking about math. I'm really good at math. My foot's falling asleep, but we're going to ignore it, or maybe we'll embrace it. Well, I don't really want to change the way I'm sitting. So, where's my do y'all know where I put my ooh, uh-oh. It's starting to show up. So, also my throat is dry. So those who are watching this on the rewatch, also, this is actually a song that a concept. It might become a song, but something that I'm thinking about. I remember this is not even related. I remember I saw Doja Cat like I think the eighth grade is when I saw her, and I think she finally blew up around like 11th grade. So like I saw her 3 years before Moo. Actually, it does sort of kind of relate because there's something about cow motifs, milk motifs that if you like, there's a call and response there that I think I could tap into, even though I don't really have boobs for real. Well, I do. They're showing more, but that's because right. But there's a call and response. I've talked about call and responses with the universe. I talked about with Zara Larson with Midnight Sun. She had a call and response with sun motifs. And I was like, damn, like I want that. I want a call and response with the universe, like something that's receptive. Also, I think I talked about call and response with Draco. I have a video called Draco where there was a West Oakland Tuesday. I like a she had a call and response with like her name a little bit, but Doja Cat had a call and response with the moon. No, with cows. So yeah, she had a call and response with Moo. But I knew her 3 years before that moment. So like she was in her come up era. And something that I think about is like, hey, like how how old is this video right now? How old is this live? Because I don't think I'm ever gonna really delete my videos, even if I might be saying something problematic. I do. I'm not perfect. I'm navigating everything. Like I'm part of this system as well, but at least I'm aware of it. You know what I mean? And I'm receptive to evolving to be a better person. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna delete it in my videos. How old is this video when you're watching? Please comment down below. That's what I like. You know what? Like I might not see it though. Depending, no, I'll see it. I love reading comments. Even, and I will also say, yeah, this is just like because I know I'm gonna be famous. That's just something that I do know. How long I'll be famous, I do plan to fall off. Just so everyone knows. Don't be surprised when I'm just like, and I'm done being famous. Bye. But how old is this video? And then because I plan to be famous, like one of like the thresholds that you have to like cross to see if you really want it is I'm gonna have a hate train. So like maybe if I'm in the middle of a hate train and you're commenting, I'm not seeing it to protect my peace, but I do like reading comments. And hopefully I know just why would I have a hate train? Like what did I do? But it doesn't really matter what you do. Like a hate train is a hate train is a hate train. And I'm just aware of that. But yeah, those were my thoughts about fame. And because I'm a bit discouraged because there's only one person watching and it's me. It's okay. I we go for we trek forward, move forward. I don't know. Where was I? This is connected to another video I created about the golden child v scapegoat. I was discussing how the polarized positions of exaltation and humiliation are foils in a literary sense. Their contrast is designed to challenge each other. Their conflict creates the plot. Nothing gets done if they are all in agree. Nothing gets done if we're all in agreement and satisfied. But life cannot be stagnant. To stop moving is to die. Life is a constant journey of up. Life is a constant journey up and down polarities and around the circles of and shed, growth and shedding, and regrowth and reshedding. Karmic symbols are often circular and imitate fluid motion, with an emphasis of two or four points. Rotation is meant to signify how what's up today will be down the next, and so on and so on. When it comes to Uranus in Taurus, it's a humiliating placement. Concept related to technology and travel do not come easy to Taurus, but that's what makes them the best. That's what would make them the best at it. The scapegoat, the underdog, the disadvantage is the best placement because there's only one way to go when you choose life. Up. I didn't say it, but up, right? You can only go up, right? Those who are ambitious enough to counter their detriments become an unstoppable force. This is why you'll see a lot of villains with bad placements, bad placements, and I put bad because technically there is no bad. There's just like more comfortable, more suitable, more desirable placements. You know what I mean? But not because they're inherently evil, but because evil people are notoriously determined. It takes a lot of work to thoroughly do wrong, and something worked for cannot be easily taken away. And, oh, no, not and. On the other hand, those who are handed the privilege won't know how to recreate it. Anyways, this is just another reminder. You should totally subscribe. Put in your email, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and I also now have paid subscriptions. I've decided, well, I'll discuss it at the end, but I can just do it again. Okay, yeah. I've decided I'm going to try to, no, I am. I'm going to upload monthly free. I'm going to upload something monthly for free. And then I'm going to upload weekly. For the paid subscribers, I will upload weekly. Yeah. Okay. The journey from Aries to Taurus reminds me of the transition to the journey from Aries to Taurus reminds me of the transition of hunter gathering populations, hunting gathering populations? Does that sound right? To agricultural populations. Aries signifies the foraging primal man. So the next step is a civil man. The first civilization in history was, and you see how I said, because I cut the context, I was like, but now I'm reading it. When I said, hey, Aquarius has connections to early civilizations, and maybe I should have left it in, but I was like, no, it's just chunky. Like, it made the paragraph chunky and like run offy. And I wouldn't be surprised if I have run off sentences. I don't know what other video I said it. I have a lot of videos. So I just be saying stuff and I'm like, where did I say that? Maybe I didn't even say it publicly. But I did say something about how like my mind is a bit fluid. So like concepts, like one, I deal with runoff sentences a little bit, and then two, like I use concepts like symbols, planets, and houses interchangeably, and that's not exactly how those work. Even like karma, I call it karma, but technically that's not what karma is, so I'm appropriating. See, I might actually get canceled. We'll see. The first civilizations in history were created in river valleys because running water is clean and creates fertile soil to grow resources like food and clothing. Yeah. Rivers are also used for trade and transportation, which connects to the next sign, Gemini. Spring signifies early life, which mirrors the creation of early communities. Yeah. Growing crops instead of foraging creates surplus in not just food but people and time. And this also sort of kind of like connects to um, a video. I don't remember what I called it, but it's on this channel. So let me just. It's like one of my most recent. I can look at it. I think it's okay. It's a quick expansion on aliens and milk because this is now like this is my thing. I think this is gonna be my thing. I'm gonna like really sit with this for a while. Well, I'm into aliens. I'm into vampires. I wish there was like a third option, but I know that I'm really into vampires and aliens. You remember from the beginning, I was just like DNF, interview with a vampire. I sit with these motifs. I think about this. I reflect on it. I need to start writing books though. Well, I have a third option. I just don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. I don't know what I don't. Because if I say what I think I might call it, I might not agree with it because it sounds problematic. So I'm just gonna keep it. But I do have a third thing that I'm always talking about. What was I? Where was I? Yeah. So in the video, a quick expansion of aliens and milk. I said, okay, so like this is technically almost it's almost dehumanizing, but humans are a resource. Like the labor that you can produce is a resource. So when I was like, yeah, like where was it? Growing resources. Growing resources does actually include growing people. Like have like civilizations because they have stable food will be able to have a lot of babies because then you need the babies to also till the land. Like people have babies, people used to have babies for work but so that they could till like they free labor, you know what I mean. um but not just in food, but people and time. The free time would go into innovation and the arts. This is actually why agriculture and culture are connected. They come from the root word cult, which means worship. Cults have a negative connotation in the modern age, but realistically thinking, culture had to start Oh, but realistically thinking, culture had to start as new and small, which is cults. Anyways, agriculture is earth worship. Can you see? Ah, yeah, yeah. Ah, e, o, u. Agriculture is earth worship. This is commonplace in early civilizations alongside sun and water worship. However, I want to mention how cows are connected to agriculture. First off, if agriculture is to gathering, then domestication of livestock is to hunting. Cows are used to plow land as well as for food. In a sense, cow worship goes hand in hand with earth worship. Cows are revered in Hinduism. In ancient Egypt, both Hathor and Nut are depicted as primordial mothers. Also, Nut, I should have gone into Nut a little. There's a depiction of Nut where she's like her body is being used as the sky, which I think the fact that she has connections to cows and then her body is like it's like her body is like filled with stars, like she's depicted as like her body is the stars, is the ether, is the sky, which is interesting because I think Nut, it's like the opposing idea. Nut is the sky, and then her husband, I think it's Jeb, I could be wrong, is the earth. And this, I'm gonna get to it because it's right there. It's right there, but I'm going on tangents anyways. Um, which is like the opposite of how Uranus is considered the sky and then Gaia is considered the earth. You know what I mean? But I think of like the Milky Way, that nut. She is the Milky Way. I also don't know how we got the name Milky Way. Like sometimes I'm just like, yes, I believe in synastries or whatever, but I also do think that there are people who learn about our motifs, our metaphors, our analogies, our symbols. Like there are universal symbols. I think the mother is a universal symbol because for the most part, we're all birthed from a mother. We all know the experience of a mother. And because we all for the most part experience a mother, like that's a universal experience. Same with food is a universal experience. Like you have to eat. Okay, I don't know if I'm a sex is a universal experience. If you exist, you're probably, I mean, there's IVF babies now, but like you're probably an experience. You are probably a procreation of sex, hopefully consensual. But yeah, like these are universal concepts. Like we have universal concepts. So like it's not that like, oh my God, like how is everything coming together? Like for the most, and this is actually a very Aquarian thought. Aquarians are both very unique and like almost abstract, but they're very unique, different, but they also understand how those differences are the same. Like everything is a reflection of each other. Like there are it's almost like I don't know. It's like elementary. Like there's elemental like down to the roots basic foundations of reality. That. So like cows. Cows are they're a universal symbol as well. But I wonder how we got the Milky Way. Anyways, yeah. Nut, Hathor and Nut are depicted as primordial cow mothers and also Gaia. Well, actually, no. Gaia is never depicted as a cow, but she is depicted as a primordial mother. Her relationship with Uranus is interesting because she is both his mother and wife. Yikes. I think I should drink some more. Mm, this lip gloss is great. Maybe I've just been buying cheap lip gloss. That's what it was. Eh, there's like a gray cast though. Mm-hmm. 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 Can you hear me humming? I gotta get on. I gotta get on my Zoom and really learn how to do like this live thing. I I learned I can make hot buttons. So as soon as I like download the sound effects that I want, click, 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 trust. But also, should I add a moo? Like a cow mooing? Because I'm like, I want to call in response with the like the cow. The cow, I do. Oh, actually, okay, so I have a project that's gonna come out not anytime soon for real. A lol cow. And actually I think it sort of connects to, well, we'll get to it, but we'll get to it. But it really was this part, and I might as well just share it. This part where I said our lowest moments are necessary to make way for progress. I genuinely think becoming a lol cow is, and it's legitimately one of the most humiliating, dehumanizing things that happen to people. And for the most part, most of those people do not know how to alchemize, how to synthesize. I'm trying to find another word which is like they config, like they shift that energy into something that can be productive and life changing and actually happy for them. These people are victims. You know what I mean? When I say I want to call and response with like this moon thing, oh, not the moon, moo, no, with this cow thing, and especially since I'm on the internet and Aquarius, if I got to it, I use this time passage app. The time passage app says Aquarius has connections to astrology, like it rules over astrology and also the internet. Yeah, I'm talking about humiliation and exaltation. No, definitely not a lol cow. I don't know what part of the cow motif that I want to have a call and response with, but like it's like legitimately scary. And especially since undiagnosed but like peer reviewed, I am neurodivergent. A lot of those people are not neurotypical and I am prone. I've gone through like psychosis. Like I'm scared that if I'm not on my Q's and P's. If I'm not on my Q's and P's, let it be that one moment and I'm gonna get a call in response. And when I'm like, oh, I want the cow, I want the cow, I want the cow, it's because I become a lol cow. It's actually legitimately so fucking scary. But yeah, yikes. These are motifs I've noticed in Leo as well. Fitting because it's another challenging placement for Uranus. I explore narcissism. It's another challenging placement for Uranus. I explored narcissism, cloning, mother wounds in my fem cell, the female sun live. See, that's what I mean. Like fem cell, incel, like this internet culture thing. Yeah, I want the call and response or whatever. I like being human. I like being perceived as a human. I like having basic respect. I love receiving basic respect. But like this is what I mean. Like there are these motifs that they're like I like you see it like my thing is pink and it's cute, blah blah blah, and like even this live, the femcell live is pink and it's cute, and I'm talking about some dark twisted shit. The internet is so glamorous and it's fun, you know, and like it literally like hits, dopamine hit, dark twisted stuff. So it's like yeah, I want the light stuff, I want the happy stuff. while still acknowledging that there is the side, the underbelly side of the internet and all that. Right. I mentioned Uranus's hatred for his children is probably brought about because of envy. Those kids get to be kids, but he has to be the husband. Hello? Yeah. I've since read more on the planetary body. Okay, you can't see my mouse. I've since read more on the planetary body, and according to the Time Passage app, Uranus loves to defy tradition and embrace change and originality. I've come to the conclusion that maybe the reason Uranus uh, can't sit in tradition for too long is because home wasn't safe. The impulse to rebel is to differentiate himself from his clone mother and wife. Because if she literally birthed him with no other help, that's a clone. Yeah. Uranus, like the fool, 00, that's me, is tethered to ideas of exploring the unknown and establishing new thought. The funny thing, and this is what I mean, like my call and response, 00, the fool, girl, I have to be on my Q's and T's, Q's and P's, eyes, dot my I's, cross my T's. Also the X. Don't forget about the X. Yeah, 00 the full. Like it like low key scares me because like I know that things could go left, but also I've had such an easy, happy life that I'm like, it couldn't do that. It wouldn't do that to me, would it? It wouldn't do that to me, would it? But it could. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Even me talking about it could already just be a problem. Oopsies. The funny thing about innovation is that given time, it will become procedure. It will become, did I actually read that? Uranus, like the Fool, is tethered to ideas of exploring the unknown and establishing new thought. The funny thing about innovation is that given time, it will become procedure, it will become tradition. At some point, Uranus has to circle back to Taurus. Contrary to popular belief, there is innovation to be found when you sit and rest. Think about the comparison between hunter gatherers and agricultural groups. Taurus would rather put down roots instead of migrating where the food goes. Because of that, we now have art, architecture, and regional culture. That's innovation, is it not? Don't let the slow pace confuse you. Within the perceived stagnancy, because again, stagnancy means death, but perceived stagnancy, because something's moving, something's always moving. Taurus is evolving. Our lowest moments, yeah, Taurus is evolving. Our lowest moments are necessary to make way for progress. And I don't know if like that makes sense or maybe I should have like continued to expand on that, but my idea is that if you don't sit and you don't rest, you can't think of the new ideas. And Taurus is like connect I think Taurus does signify the thought of sitting and resting because one, it's an earth placement and earth is solid, right? And then on top of that, it's fixed. It comes off as stagnant, but it's not stagnant. It's just it's moving on its own. It Taurus is moving on its own pace. And because of that, it because of like ideas of like moving on your own pace, actually setting roots, then we did get innovation. Like part of the reason we have some of our tech is because we have cities. Creating cities sitting in one area with collaborative thought. That's another one. Gemini. But collaborative thought. Having collaborative thought, if I can find it, isn't Mercury exalted in Aquarius? I don't know who's exalted in Aquarius, but someone is. Mercury, maybe. I'll check. But yeah, it's like the collaborative thought. There's more to grow and there's more to experience when you have collaborative thought. There's a video that I need to find, and I think I might try to do like watch alongs on Twitch because Twitch you can just not pirate, but like you don't have to worry about copyright strikes, but then you can't really re-upload it on YouTube because that you know what I mean. But you can watch videos. There's a video I'll find when I start doing the watch alongs where they were like, hey, like having the same brains in the same field is like having one brain in the room. But having like pulling people from different fields, like different specialties, is like that creates diversity. Which again, when I was talking about No Man Is an Island, I was talking about diversity and islands. I like it's all connected. I'm sort of like tiring myself out, but it's all connected, right? So like when you have a city, you can collaborate with that, and because of that collaboration, you can get new ideas, new innovations, and that's Taurus energy. That's Taurus energy. It is. The goal of space travel is to colonize. And I'm side eyeing colonize because that language is weird. That language is weird. We're gonna colonize the moon. We're gonna colonize Mars. You guys are weird. With that being said, I have said alien invasion movies is the white man's anxiety. That's what it is. My lips are drying out. Is the white man's anxiety of what they did to other ethnic groups happening to them. So it's fitting language. It is fitting. It's very fitting language, but it's still odd. It's sort of there. Oopsies. Let me put some more on. I can't see myself actually. Oh, also not sponsored. This is not sponsored. Headphones aren't sponsored. Time Passage app not sponsored. I'm not sponsored. I'm sponsored by myself now. Yeah, the goal of time travel is to colonize. Everyone is engulfed by the thrill of creating new gadgets and toys. We're swept up in the chase, the space race. Also, this does connect to the internet. You know, like surfing the web is like exploring the unknown, but there is a dark side in that. Remember that. There's always a dark side in that. But as you sift through the spectacle, the real goal is a home, which to connect back to the internet, like part of why people are on the internet is to find community. The real goal of why you're searching through the internet and you're risking being harmed by really perverse thoughts, really dark ideology, like you could like pipelines and shit. You know what I mean? Ooh, 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 ooh. But it's because you're searching for home, you're searching for community, you're searching for a safe space. For exploration to be success, whew, for exploration to be successful, we'll need anchors, energy that is grounding and nurturing. In a lot of science fiction, you know, when I when I was writing this, I said sci-fi fiction, and I was like, why did that look weird? In a lot of science fiction, creatives explore how they will efficiently source food. Milk has it all. Cows symbolically have it all. The image of aliens abducting cows is about resource and scarcity. Space is arid. Food is a pleasure and occasionally a luxury. Taurus, as a Venetian, knows this intuitively. And I didn't go into Venetian motifs or symbolism because I was already tired. But I have been thinking about how, even though I've recently found out that that might not be the case, but like how Taurus rules the second house, like it might be interchangeable, but Taurus rules, like, I know more like new age astrology than I know about like the real shit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, I'm getting too comfortable. Okay, but how the second house is a house of worth, like self-worth, what you find worthy, what you find valuable, what you respect, or like what you will put the time, like what you find worthy. Like I don't know how else to say it because I think I'm frying my brain because I'm now tired, but it's okay. Like what you find worthy, and part of it is self-worth, and how, and I think I might want to explore it a little bit. And this is actually sort of kind of connected to like, because I said how Leo and Scorpio have connections. Leo and Scorpio has connections, like they're, because they're squares, you know, like these cardinal signs are one and the same. They're the same person, different fonts. I think I might want to explore, trigger warning, ED with Taurus motifs, because when you don't find yourself worthy, when you don't love yourself, you know, like you don't see self worth in yourself, a lot of people start starving themselves. And in a lot of ways, it does mirror Narcissus, who was so self absorbed with himself, he wasn't feeding himself, he wasn't bathing himself, and he died. You know what I mean? And it's like this, because when you don't feed yourself, then the body starts eating on itself. It's self absorption. And that does also connect to Ouroboros because that's the Ouroboros of Scorpio. Scorpio, like the Ouroboros, is like a symbol of death and rebirth, yes, but it's also a symbol of self harm. And a lot of snakes that do that to themselves, if they don't catch themselves doing it, they end up dying because they're literally consuming themselves. So it's like something that I'm trying to explore with Taurus, where it has to do with like self worth, but also like worth, like resources, like what you value, what you values one, what you value. If you don't value yourself, what you value, like do you value a stable home, do you value money, do you value clothes, do you value luxury, you know what I mean? And if you don't, like, like how it's like, oh, you might want a diamond ring, but the only reason why we think a diamond ring is worthy or valuable is because that's like, manufactured scarcity, manufactured, like, it has to do with resources and scarcity and worth. And if, like, what we deem worthy, what we deem like actually luxury is just arbitrary. Technically, it's like something that we agree upon. I don't know, I'm sort of like losing it, but like it is something that I want to explore. I'm not going to bring up the person that I'm thinking of when I think of it, but I think if you check the time, you'll know. It's a major conversation, and it's actually something that I have just explored a little bit when I was looking into Young Ho's Cook Everything on High. But my thing was more of like a Virgo Venus. Like, I'm a Virgo Venus, so Virgo has connections to dietary issues as well. Yeah. And it's like a bad placement for Venus. But yeah, it's like there's something about worthiness and valuable, and resources are valuable. Technically, sadly, like I said occasionally a luxury, but I wanted to also put sadly, but I was like, it's not really fitting. Sadly, food is often a luxury for people. They're not eating well. The world doesn't deem them worthy enough to actually have like a stable home. And that means like a stable food resource, because y'all don't value them. We don't value poor people. We don't. You know what I mean? So yes, up till this moment, a Taurus has never been to the moon. It's not their style to dishonor their comfort, but the moon is their domain. One day, a cow will jump over the moon, mount it, and make a home. Not a survival mission, but a legitimate, livable home. So yeah, thank you so much for reading. I will be going live today. I'm technically an hour late. Oopsies. But I was trying. Okay? Not hard enough. You're right. Why? Where? Where I will be reading this essay and answering. Ooh, there was actually another thing that I wanted to explore. Oh, it was I made a TikTok a long time ago where I called Jesus a cult leader, and Jesus has connections to Scorpio motifs, of course, because he died and then he came back. But then there was another one, the fact that I've seen a couple of depictions of Jesus getting beamed up from a UFO. So how Uranus is exalted in Scorpio, but I didn't go into it for real. My dad's coming home, or like my dad's pulling up. Yeah. So that's just gonna be another video because okay, my ex friend, oops, my ex friend was pissed at me, but I was like, I genuinely need you to like hear me because I'm not saying cult derogatory. Like, I know that it has a negative connotation in our culture today, but like legitimately, I mean it as the most neutral way that I can, where it's just like it's a divergent from the main, like it's a new thing. It's a new smaller group that eventually got legitimized. But I'm gonna go into it. But like, yeah. Also, I wanted to sort of kind of discuss how Aquarius, because it has connections to technology. I'll just like use my phone here. Language about death, or like language that's like connected to Scorpio, which has to do with death, but then also like sex, sex, like how your phone dies if you don't charge it, it dies and then it comes back. Phones literally go through a cycle of death and rebirth all the time, right? Also, I think I've talked about it somewhere else. The AI girlfriend, it's a Princess Weeks video where she was talking about the AI girlfriend, and she was discussing topics about control and also like manufactured consent and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, like I'm hearing Aquarian, but I'm also hearing Scorpio. And then also another one, you turn on and turn off. Oh, well, that's not a wink, but you turn on and off your phone, wink, wink. Huh. So like again, when I say like everything is connected, like my mind is trying to really summarize it for you. But yeah, I will answer questions. I was really hoping, let me see. I don't know if anyone's up in here. I'm from the suburbs. I'm sorry. No one's in here, but if you comment down below, I will read it. I may comment. I would have rather you came here on time, man. Because I think I'm more comfortable talking than commenting. Because also, part of like commenting is I really don't know how to use emojis the best. So in my mind, I'm just like, oh no, oh no. Like, what if it comes off as condescending? But really, I'm just like trying to be. Again, when I was like, yeah, Jesus is a cult leader, I mean it in like the most like neutral way. But also, I do tend to be very deadpan on TikTok because I'm really trying to like I'm really focused on like getting the exact words that I want. So then I don't really show my personality. But yeah, I will still answer questions. I will. I will also share ideas I've had I will also share ideas I had to cut to make this more concise. I did. And I would love it if you share your thoughts in the comments. I really would. Also, I have subscription tiers. The public free one will give you access to monthly essays. I will try to upload the first week. I want it to be either Wednesday or Saturday, but just the first week you will get a essay. You will get something. You will get something typed up for you to read. Those who subscribe to the private one will get those weekly. Again, I'm trying to make it either Wednesday or Saturday, but as long as I get it within those weeks, and it's mostly four, sometimes it will be five, but no, I think I'll just do four posts a week or four posts. Four posts total. One will be public for everyone. And then you'll get three other ones if you do the subscription. And there's the one where if you pay every month, it's going to be $5. Then there is a $25 one, and then there's a 50. No, there's a $30 one, and then I think a $50. I don't remember. You check it out. And then there's like founding members, and we get to name you, or I get to name you, but I think it'd be best if y'all name yourselves. That's always like the best option if you name yourself. So I'm not whenever we start building the community, like I think it should be collaborative. But thank you again. Bye. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, I'm gonna end it. But yeah, this is my Substack. Y'all heard that? That's my dad. But yeah, thank you so much. This is my cat in the hat. And I will okay, that's the thing though. I guess I should say that. My next week I'll be on a cruise. I will publish something. When I will do it though.